Eric and Benedict Cumberbatch starring in this bad boy. It was such an interesting concept because I imagined the new If movie with Ryan Reynolds meets
Yeah.
Prisoners with Hugh Jackman, which is funny because they're about to be in both of that movie. But I mean, it was such an interesting dynamic because not only does it tackle the 90s with the AIDS epidemic, with the freaking being scared to come out as homosexual
Yeah.
and scared to confront alcoholism or substance abuse,
Right.
sex trafficking, underage. Like this concept, this limited series covered so many different topics, and it was so entertaining to watch all at the same time and kind of like a Sesame Street style type of background, which was very interesting and
Right.
different.
Right. Yeah.
So let's start at the very beginning. How did this project come about? Was it kind of like a normal way to where your agent reached out and was like, "Hey, I think this part might be good for you."
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly what happened. I got, a regular breakdown email that was like,
Mm,
"Hey, you've got a tape due on Wednesday.
nice.
Here are the sides and here's a little bit about what it's about and a
Hmm.
little bit about the character." I mean, it's rare, I think, at this point sometimes when you've worked a little bit, but not a lot
Hmm.
of bit. You're at a place where you don't always get all of the information.
Right.
So I was just like, okay, well, great. I have an audition. And I remember that I was also doing a play. I was preparing to do a play, Much Ado About Nothing. And I was just in a place where I was feeling very confident. I was just feeling very good about myself. And then this came and I thought, oh, this is kind of cool. It was also a little different than the things I'd been auditioning for up until then. And I thought, I'm gonna coach for this. I'm gonna get
Hmm.
somebody to just it's been a while. I've done a bunch of tapes on my own. I feel pretty good about it. And for some reason, some a little voice in my head was like, put a little put a little extra something on this one,
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I reached out to a coach here in LA that I love working with, Cassandra Santana, and I said, I really like this. I really like this role. Like, can you help me just kind of get into it? Um, and I'm really glad I did because I think we've figured something out. I ended up, getting a call back, and in post-COVID life, the callback was on Zoom.
Yeah.
Of
Um,
Yep.
course.
and I'd actually been really fortunate enough to have a couple of callbacks and producer sessions on Zoom for other projects that I ended up not being selected for. But I remember feeling very awkward on this platform.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I was used to being in the room with commercial auditions. It's all very much in the room, and I work a lot commercially. Anyway, long story short, um, I I got some advice from other friends, and I gave myself a mock audition,
Nice.
friend, and I
Hmm.
zoomed, and just so that I could kind of get that out, like get that cobweb out of the way.
Yeah.
I
Right.
didn't want to bring in the technical nerves.
Hmm.
So I don't know, something about this audition, I went just a little bit past my norm. I just went
Mm.
a little, not even the extra mile. I went like the extra half mile, it felt like. And I'm really glad that I did because by the time the callback came back and I got to do it with Lucy Forbes, our director, and Abby Morgan, I think our writer was there as well, and other people. I tried to like ignore the little boxes,
Right.
Um, I felt really, I felt really in my body, and it was very fun, and I got to play because I got all the technical stuff out of the way, and
Yeah.
and I coached, so I felt confident, and